Whatever happened to the Super Bowl logo? No, not the conspiracy going around, but if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you probably remember the unique Super Bowl logos that were commissioned by the NFL every year and made for the big game. Early on, a lot of these logos featured a lot of red, white, and blue colors, which was in honor of it being America's big game. But as the years went on, the imagery and the colors used started to represent the host city a lot more. These can be seen very evidently like in Super Bowl 31, which is played in New Orleans, or Super Bowl 28's Peach for the game played in Atlanta, Super Bowls 30 and 42 using color schemes reflective of Arizona, Super Bowl 33 being built like a Miami nightclub sign, Super Bowl 38 having space themes for the game being in Houston, Jacksonville's Main Street Bridge represented in Super Bowl 39, or the nautical theme in San Diego's games, which were Super Bowl 32 and Super Bowl 37. But very subtly in Super Bowl 45, everything got, well, really boring. A little history. The NFL commissioned Landor Associates to design a logo they would use for years to come. In the release from Landor, they mentioned having worked on Super Bowl logos previously, with Super Bowl 40 and Super Bowl 43 being done by the group. Two of the more ordinary logos in the first 44 games, if you ask for my opinion. They then discussed making the logo more of a brand, similar to the Olympic rings for the Olympics. For 5 straight Super Bowls, the NFL had essentially the same generic logo for the big game, with the only difference being the Roman numerals signifying which Super Bowl was being played and the stadium in the background of the logo for the stadium the game was played in. The NFL believed that this permanent design was the answer to a problem no one had had with the Super Bowl logos of the past. When Super Bowl 50 came along, the NFL added a gold 50, seemingly gold for the golden anniversary of the game, and a San Francisco skyline within the 50, a sign of maybe some more unique imagery being added in the future. But the following year, they resorted back to an even more ordinary look for Super Bowls 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. When the big game went to Los Angeles, the logos finally had a more unique nature to them, with imagery and color being added into the Roman numerals for the host city, as seen in the California sunset in the LVI Roman numerals of Super Bowl 56 for LA, the desert coloring and landscape in the LVII for the Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, and the iconic Vegas Strip imagery within the LVII Roman numerals for Super Bowl 58 in Vegas. These changes have started to individualize and give a uniqueness to the logos for each of the individual games. The NFL's decision to standardize the Super Bowl logo as a logo for the brand of the game itself was kind of an odd one, considering each game is so drastically different. The logos commissioned and built for each game created a unique memory and brand for that exact game, and not the event of the Super Bowl as an annual happening. Each game is different, each game is unique, and the logo used to reflect this. I can look back at any individual logo from the first 44 Super Bowls and quickly recall the game and the teams who played in it. That logo patched on the team jerseys and painted into the field, but I'll save my rantings for the way the field is painted for the big game for a different video. Hopefully, some of the imagery and color changes we've seen in the logo over the last 3 years is the NFL acknowledging that they made a mistake and that they're correcting this for future years. And you may think that I'm a little crazy for actually caring about this, but I know I'm not the only one. In fact, several designers have taken it upon themselves to remake these logos over the years. Even Bleacher Report took a stab at this with a tweet saying, "We decided to make Super Bowl logos fire again." What do you think? Should the NFL just keep some standardized logo, or should they go back to unique logos for every game? Or do you just not care at all?